While Minecraft has a compelling survival experience on its own, servers take it to a whole other level with custom minigames featuring building, PvP, parkour, and more. Servers like Hypixel have taken the lead in the Java edition of Minecraft, but with Bedrock Edition, servers are in a much different situation. Nearly all Bedrock players join servers from the featured server list. These servers have been specifically chosen to appeal to all Bedrock players wishing to join a multiplayer server. So clearly, they must be all very high quality with top-notch anti-cheats and very stable gameplay, right? We will be going into each of these servers and giving them a total of 3 ratings, which will determine each server's final score. Aesthetics. This represents how professional a server looks. Gameplay. A general score for how fun the average game is, and a special rating for the most popular game. Each of these servers clearly have a specific game which brings in the most players, and it is usually a Bed Wars clone. But anyways, they should be paying more attention to that one game, and therefore it should be better than the rest. Let's rate them from least popular to most popular. First up, we have Mineville City. Getting into the lobby, we really have no idea where we are. On one side is some noob versus pro thing, on another there's a minigame section, and of course, a staple of any Bedrock server, paid skins/pets. This is one of the worst servers in terms of purchasing cosmetics, and it's hard to look somewhere without seeing something to buy. Anyways, let's look at the games they're offering. Skyblock. I'm sure that's not at all inspired by Hypixel. Prison. It's pretty normal. And High School Roleplay. Yep. And it's just as bad as it sounds. Once again, microtransactions are being pushed at every corner. Seems right now there's this pet class thing. Let's try it. Alright, talk to you. Yeah, sign me up. Oh, $2. And then if I want a pet, it's $3. $5 for this likely subpar experience. And from what I can tell, it is just these 3 parkour courses, which people have completed in 12 seconds. Alright, so that was how they make money, but maybe they use that cash to improve the quality of other games. Let's hop into Skyblock. I'll assume my island is down here. Huh? Get a Skyblock pass. $2. Okay, and then I saw this premium thing, VIP. That's $50. That is the price of No Man's Sky. And you're saying that if I bought this, I would be able to fly on my island and have minions included for $50? Oh, there are an awful lot of Steves here. What's going on? I'm just gonna go to the minigames. I don't think I even want to try the other games. I'll just go straight to their version of Bed Wars, called Money Wars. So there were 0 players in Money Wars. I couldn't join a server. They were all just empty. So what if we try this thing? Okay, oh. I have to buy it. What about this? Do I have to buy this? No. Oh, okay. So the most bare bones RPG experience you could possibly come up with. You hit things with the stick until you turn it into a sword. And you go hit bigger things with that sword until you get a better sword. It is shameful that Mineville City has been able to be on the featured server list, when it's really just a ploy to funnel you into either Skyblock or High School Roleplay, and to get you to pay copious amounts of money. I would say the size of its player base fits the quality in terms of the featured servers. And the worst part is, Microsoft is going to keep it there because it's making them money. It's all about the money, just take advantage of children. The looks are a 6 out of 10, gameplay is 3 out of 10, High School RP 2 out of 10, total server rating 3 out of 10. I'm sorry you guys had to look at that last server. But now, here's something you guys likely recognize. Mineplex was a real beast in the earlier days of Java servers, and there's no way I'm getting into the many reasons why it died on Java Edition. I'll just say that they managed to move over to Bedrock Edition. Let's take a look at that server. This lobby doesn't look bad, but upon further exploration you'll find that there is practically nothing to do outside of the main area. Still, the general aesthetic of Mineplex is very consistent and deserves a 7 out of 10. They also have a small selection of games that each have a decent player base, enough to fill up lobbies. The most popular game in the server is, of course, a Bed Wars copy, this time named Cake Wars. Unlike other Bed Wars copies, this game has a unique mechanic where when you reach the central islands, you capture points, which will then cause valuable items to drop at your island spawner. This makes it feel safer to play alone because you can spend more time at your base. Other than that, it's a typical Bed Wars experience, except half of your opponents are mobile players. Not bad as far as they go, a solid 7 out of 10. The other games on Mineplex vary in quality. Dragons is an incredibly fun game where you must survive while several dragons are bombarding your tiny islands. Block Hunt is an okay game except for the fact that it's full of bugs. Hunter kits don't work properly and speed boosts don't work sometimes. It's also impossible to win as a hunter. The game Monster Arena is a very, very slow-paced PvE game, and it takes half an hour to reach anything difficult, which is probably explained by the fact that all the mobs move at less than half speed for some reason. The problem with Mineplex is that many games are broken and buggy, and very laggy on mobile, I've heard. But if you're just there for the few games that work, it's a good server. The looks are 7 out of 10, gameplay 5 out of 10, Cake Wars rating 7 out of 10, overall a 6 out of 10. Lifeboat was a classic server back in the old days of Minecraft, and was an early adapter of the survival game genre, but as you can see, it has fallen from grace quite a bit. Anyways, the lobbies don't look that bad. Nice 7 out of 10. You can see here that survival is the most popular, but we're here for the custom games, so let's try out Bed Wars. They didn't even try to not copy Hypixel. Well, it's average, they didn't change very much, just space things out further. The fact that you get bricks instead of iron represents the general downgrade this has been compared to Hypixel Bed Wars. They've 6 out of 10 at most. Most of Lifeboat's player base resides in what I call non-games, the survival mode, the creative mode, these vanilla experiences. Skyblock is pretty boring. The only things that differentiates it from pure vanilla Skyblock is the fact that cobblestone generators can create ores. There's also a shop system. It honestly doesn't seem interesting. And it's not helped by the fact that you can pay $20 in just conveniences, like mini-me's, and ore generators. It's really sad to look at how these games are priced and realize that people are actually buying them. The games are just pretty bad, and seriously, Battle Royale? Really? Wow. That server was hard to play. Looks are 7 out of 10, gameplay is a 3 out of 10, and the Bed Wars is a 5 out of 10. The widespread low quality of the server gives it a 5 out of 10 if I'm being generous. Things may be bleak, but don't give up yet. Next up is Cubecraft. Cubecraft was another one of those old Java servers that made its way into Bedrock where it stayed put, but this server is actually good quality. I'll get into it, but the game ideas are fun, executed well, and merely lack polish. Joining the lobby, you can see that it doesn't look too bad. Some of the lobbies actually look pretty cool. Like seriously, just look at this. While all the other servers have a copy of Bed Wars, Egg Wars was actually before Bed Wars. The two games aren't that different, but Egg Wars games tend to last longer. The game itself is pretty decent and is fun to play. All of the games are done quite well, in fact, with a few exceptions. All the things I'm going to talk about from here are the only problems with the server. The game Line Riders is like that one neon bike game where you can't hit the trails of the other people, can't really remember the name, except bad. It is so hard to predict what will happen when two players are next to each other, it might as well be a coin toss. Or I'm just bad maybe. But other than that, people just phase through angled lines. It's just kind of buggy and it's hard to understand. Something else that is annoying is the number of hackers, especially in the minigame game Minerware. But really, other than that, the server only lacks little bits of polish. For one, I notice a lack of sounds that makes it feel weird and slightly unfinished. Once again, these were basically the only things wrong with the server. The games were generally quick, and surprisingly, the players are much better than in any of the other servers. Another problem I have with the server is that it's mainly comprised of vanilla PvP based games. but at least they aren't sacrificing quality over quantity. The games are an 8 out of 10, looks are an 8 out of 10, and the egg wars are a 7 out of 10. The whole server is probably an 8 out of 10. The Hive is similar to Cubecraft in a lot of ways, but opts for a more customized experience with games like Block Hunt, Death Run, and the Hive's own take on Skywars. Of course, they have a Bed Wars clone, this one named Treasure Wars. The worst part of Treasure Wars is the shop UI, which is unbearably slow. The game also suffers from some balancing issues, like how diamonds are practically useless past the first 30 seconds of a game, and how armor sets apply to all 4 slots, so someone in diamond armor is practically unkillable. It's not horrible, 7 out of 10. The next most popular game is Skywars. The unique part of this game mode is that you get most of your gear from ores you mine. Iron and gold give you low tier items like blocks and arrows, while emerald and diamond give you some of the best gear possible. Redstone actually gives you up to 10 extra hit points. There are boomboxes and spellbooks, but honestly, this is too long of an explanation. Skywars is a pretty good game though. Another popular game is Murder Mystery, which is probably the most boring game mode you could come up with. 80% of players in the game serve literally zero purpose other than to die. Finally, let's talk about the lobbies of the Hive. They are full of things to buy, but at least they are purely cosmetic, which makes them hundreds of times better than the other servers I've talked about. Voxel/pixel art, whatever it's called, is a bit off-putting and is often completely unnecessary. The server in general has above average or average games and a very high polish in these games. The looks are a 9 out of 10, the gameplay is an 8 out of 10, and the Treasure Wars is a 7 out of 10. In all, the Hive is a solid 8 out of 10. Most of the servers we looked at were pretty bad, but at least there were a few good ones. It looks like Microsoft needs to look at the servers that they are presenting to almost every Bedrock player and really think if they're appropriate. Of course, they probably won't do anything about the $50 skyblock because any purchases are also making them money. So out of all 5 of these servers, which one is the best? Honestly, if you like PvP based games, then Cubecraft would be better for you. The Hive has a wider variety of games, which are especially fun when playing with friends, and if you just want to relax. If you guys like this video, then press the like button, and I'll see you soon.